Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a yoga or mobility flow, and it's a follow along flow, so you can just set up the video and set up your mat or like yoga mat or anything and just follow along my routine. And usually I'm doing each movement for about like 30 to 60 seconds, and you can just follow along. In this routine there are some dynamic movements but also some static movements like static stretches. The main goal is to loosen up, to relax your muscles, your body and your mind. And this routine is great either for your rest day or just for some active recovery. Just follow me along and let's go. Starting off with some arm circles, just to loosen up those shoulders, to get some blood flow running. Then also adding some movement into your knees, bending those knees. And then onto the next movement. Lean forward, back straight, and then try to do a circle around and leaning back. First one side and then the other side. And really try to first lean forward and then bend your back to get it stretched. Then some movement with your head. Some easy head circles in both directions. Keep it easy and smooth. Again, some movements for your shoulders to loosen it up. And then let's go into the downward facing dog. Bring your heels up and down to stretch out those calves. Then into the cobra position, bending the back. Keep your arms straight, and then into the child's pose to stretch out those lats, your upper back. Then we do it like a dynamic flow. Again, bending your back, and then again back into the child's pose, and again cobra pose. Like a nice flow for your shoulders. Then thread the needle. So first one side, try really to reach out with your arm under your armpit and then onto the ceiling or onto the sky. Get some lateral movement into your upper and lower back. Some movement for your spine to loosen up your back. Then some movement for your wrists, to loosen up your wrists, forward and backward. Into the cat and cow, so first bending the back and your spine in one direction and then in the other direction. Really be gentle and smooth with these movements for your spine. Then again the downward facing dog. And then the greatest stretch on earth. Again, first the one side. So So reaching up into the sky with your arm. Then some movement for your hips. Just play around with those movements. Then into the kneeling position with one knee and straightening the other leg. It's great for your groins and your hips. Then the standing pancake. Great stretch for your legs and back. Try to go as low as you can with your upper body, but keep those legs straight as you can, and try to maintain a straight back to get the best possible stretch in this position, and just stay there for a bit. Then the greatest stretch on earth on the other side. It's normal if one side feels different than the other side, or if you have some tight spots here and there. Just play around with those movements and see what feels right for you. Feel free also to put one knee down if it's too hard, because the goal is to loosen up those muscles and those tight spots. This one is not a strength training flow, just for some active recovery and to feel relaxed afterwards. Then again, some movement for your hips. So always do both sides. And if one side feels more stiff, just do some more repetitions or stay a bit longer in this position. Then again, the child's pose. And now some stretching for your forearms. Try to straighten your back. And now we move on to the 90-90 position, or the 90-90 hip mobility flow. So try to keep the angle of your knees around 90 degrees and then lean forward for a good stretch in your hips and also your back, your lower back. And just play around, flow around from one side to the other. This one I also like to use as a warm-up before my wakeboarding session or before any strength session to get those hips mobile. And then some more stretching for your shoulders, and I always feel it also in my biceps. It's like a tabletop position. Try to bring your hips up and down again. You can also hold it for a bit. So it's up to you. Either keep it more as a static stretch or more dynamically. This one is great for your groins and your adductors. I call it like a butterfly stretch. Keep your back straight and try to bring your knees down. This one is a static stretch for your glutes. Really try to hold this position and try to bring your knee to your chest. And just breathe and relax in this position. So you should feel a nice stretch in your glutes and lower back. Changing sides. If I do a static stretch, I usually hold it for around 60 seconds. And then a stretch for your spine. So just lay down on your back and bend one leg and then bring it to one side and try to bring your upper body to the other side. So your spine gets like twisted a bit. And then I like to draw a circle with my shoulders around my head. And then of course also the other side. So first bend one leg, then bring it over to one side and bring your upper body and shoulder to the other side and try to bring it to the floor, and then draw a circle, a half circle with your shoulder. You see, I cannot stay on the floor because I'm pretty tight from the strength training session the day before. But always just do the stretch to the degree it feels good for you, and just try it out and just do what feels right. Don't force yourself in any position. Then I like to do some last positions like this one to bring my legs to the sky and straighten those hips. Then bring those legs down above my head to the floor. This one really stretches the lower back. Then come again to the front. And as the last position, just go in the deep squat and stay there for a while. This one is also great for opening up the hips. Just staying there for a while to finishing up the flow. Of course, don't forget to stay hydrated, especially when doing those movements or some kind of training in the summer and hot temperatures. Yeah, this was my favorite mobility flow, which I like to implement into my rest days or active recovery days, or just in the end of the day after a wakeboarding session or a strength session. This gives me energy and helps my body and my mind to relax. I hope you enjoyed it too, and if you did so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and comment below what content you want to see next. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, of course, so you won't miss any new video. See you all in the next one.